Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time.
He's got him. Left side, touch is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
To perfection, expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Good morning. It's Tuesday. We made it through the wonderful Monday morning. And it's Ken and Ken in the morning. Of course, there's me, and then there's the other Ken. And then there's Rob the Packer fan with the crappy coffee mug that he needs to get replaced with a new one. And then we've got the host of the show that follows us. It's JB. Good morning, JB. Hey, there we go. We got Rob coming in from X. And actually, Rob, thank you for saying that. I was going to mention that. Good morning, Matt. Hey, if you're watching on X, especially on Viking Rob's feed or my feed, you can comment and be part of the show. And we know a lot of you guys aren't Bears fans or Vikings fans because we got followers from all fan bases. Hey, who do you want to? They've been working for a couple weeks, Rob. Who do you want to talk about? What's your team? Let us know. Get involved.
Better put your disclaimer out there, Jeremy.
The views and opinions of Jeremy Ballrick Jr. do not reflect that of Huddle Sports Network, Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, or Smoking Jeremy B.
I was about to say they're not endorsed by Packer News either.
Or Ken and Ken in the morning. Just to let you know. But JB, since we got you here, you got some breaking news that Matt's already trying to break from you in the comments. What's the breaking news this morning?
Well, as of 10:30 a.m., the New York Jets have fired coach Robert Saleh and promoted Jeff Albright as interim head coach.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers getting traded from one team and getting a coach fired in year 2.
Wow. Literally 5 games and 4 plays in, he's got him fired.
Hey, it took him a lot less time to get Saleh fired than it did McCarthy.
No shit.
I mean, dude, when you saw that clip, was that clip last week when he came to the sideline to Saleh and he's like, "Don't fucking talk to me, don't touch me, get away from me, dude." I mean, you knew right then and there that okay, this dude's done.
Oh
yeah, right. I mean,
going to be gone after that.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a given. So, hey, did they leave him in London?
No, he's home. They're home. They waited till they got him home to fire him. But you know what I would consider, and this is any team in the North that needs a better assistant defensive coordinator. I would consider hiring Robert Saleh right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. As soon as he got caught, is maybe Happy should bring him in.
The only team I could see doing that would be the Lions, to be honest with you. Green Bay's got the new coordinator and Southern defense, so they might not want to do it. The Bears have already hired one. The Vikings, I think they're probably happy with what they're at. The Lions, to be honest, are the only ones who kind of bitch and moan about their defense a little bit like that. It doesn't have a new staff. But you know what I'm saying, though? I mean, I think they would be the most logical from that standpoint. I can see the Packers, but the Packers just installed the new defense, right? I don't know if a lot
that's
goes
why
along with
I
that.
kind of think it makes sense for Green Bay.
But why it would make sense for Green Bay is he would help with their tackling issues.
Oh, God. I beg and pray that we get somebody that can actually teach tackling on this defense instead of these arm whiffs we're getting all the time.
And Viking Rob, that's another good
Rob's
point.
Rob's got a good point. All right. I mean, if we're talking about that, that's true too. Hey, here's another piece of tackle. See, so Rob wants to talk about people can't tackle. Let's talk about a dude who can tackle, right? Jaquan Brisker. Dude's wanted for murder in Carolina for killing a wide receiver. Well, he's trying to fight extradition so bad he didn't fly to London because he's on the concussion protocol now. So that's some breaking Bears news. Now, look, will he make the trip over? Don't know. It depends if he clears concussion protocol between say now and Thursday at best, right? So
it's
for
4
Brisker
days.
to not fly, yeah. All right, we got it. But right, got it. But I mean, the point is, the bigger point is that he did not fly with the team. He did not go to London because the team left to London yesterday to get acclimated in advance of the game so they can have their normal week in London. People were like that, thought it might be a little strange that they leave first yesterday. They didn't leave first thing, left late last night. It was almost like midnight. They're there now. They landed. So they'll have their normal day off like they normally would today. And then they'll do their normal week starting tomorrow. But Brisker did not fly. Like I said, he's wanted for murder in Carolina for killing receivers in the game Sunday. And he's trying to fight extradition with a concussion protocol. So that's some breaking news there for the Bears that happened late last night. A lot of people weren't up to see that.
There's a bigger reason for that. There's a big with him being in concussion protocol. There's a bigger reason for that because international flights fly at a higher altitude, and you're not allowed to fly with a concussion over international flights because of that altitude. Yeah. Because the pressure can literally make you have a brain bleed from the concussion.
Right. Well, got it. But the point, the bigger point folks need to understand is he's not going to be playing probably this weekend.
Well, shit, I think it's a pretty big point. The guy might have an aneurysm.
Right. I mean, they're not going to fly the guy if he's not going to play.
If he clears concussion protocol Thursday, he can fly out Thursday, take Friday off with the jet lag and practice with the early practice on Saturday.
But
so there is that, but he'll be doing it on his time.
I guess the other piece of that is concussion protocol. Whoa, because no one saw that in the game at all. That's one of those post games. I'm surprised after that hit. The what number official is he? The guy who sits in the booth. That guy didn't say, "Hey, check this guy for concussion protocol." They said, "Let him go." And now he's on protocol all of a sudden. So that makes me wonder another question: how good? Because we've seen it. Like who was it came off the other day? Justin Fields came off the other night.
It's happened in a bunch of games. It happened.
Oh, right, and then he came right back. So the question is, how good is having that official there? Like, is that official actually doing any good right now? Because it seems like every time I've seen them ask for something to come off, the guy goes off for one play, goes to the tent, and comes back. See, I'm okay, fine. And then you got someone like Brisker, which you would have thought after that hit, that literally knocked the other dude out, that he would say, hey, you might want to check the guy who hit him too. And they did it, and now he's on concussion protocol.
What about the freaking nonsense with Josh Allen there? He was out cold on the field, goes back into the tent. Oh, okay, you're good to go. There ain't no way in hell that guy didn't have a concussion.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but they cleared him. So I don't know.
I'm just wondering if they've got to maybe make some more changes, guys. I mean, okay, because here's the problem too. And JB, tell me if I'm wrong in this, but I think I'm not. Which isn't unusual. Ken caught it. These doctors that are at the games that sit in the blue tent, it's the same doctor every week in every city, right? So if you're in Chicago, it's going to be the same doctor on your sideline.
Yeah, it's whoever your
right
medical staff is in your stadium.
Okay.
Yes, that
so
is there in that sense.
Therein lies. Okay, so that's why. So therein lies the problem. I think that these concussion protocol guys that are on the sidelines of the team should be rotating, where the teams have no idea who's going to be that week and have zero opportunity to have any kind of influence on them. So if you're playing the game in Chicago, right, I would say it's a Bears-Lions game in Chicago. Neither of those doctors should be from Chicago or Detroit. You should probably have a doctor from Seattle or Portland or Miami. Well, maybe not Miami.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't want Miami doctors assessing concussions.
Or
Actually,
why not?
Even better. Even better. Non-NFL cities. Like I want I want those sideline doctors to be from Des Moines. I want them to be from. An Army medical hospital or something like that. Where you know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's a shot at the Rams there.
Yeah, I mean, why not have these doctors come from alternate locations where the teams have zero sphere of influence?
I do have a bit of news about the Monday Night Football game because NFL history was made, right? You guys know this, right?
Well, there was a lot of history made this week. What was that?
Well, Dak Prescott became the first quarterback to throw a touchdown in 2 days within the same game.
Oh, because of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he got the late start.
Yeah. I don't think that's a record that'll ever be broken unless something like that happens again.
Unless you get a late start, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Unless it's a late start, it'll never get broke again.
Well, at least Dak found a way
It's
to get
crazy
in the history books
obscure stat.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence
That's
on
how we
the
love
IR
JB.
and Micah Parsons is doubtful. I don't know if it's going to be Dak time this weekend because that defense might not be able to keep our offense off the field.
I'm just wondering though, going back to this concussion protocol thing, why the NFL? The guy who here's my other question. We were just talking about the guys on the sideline, right? Like I said, like bringing a guy from Walter Reed, bringing a guy from Des Moines, Albuquerque, whatever, make those guys completely neutral, right? The guy who's up in the box, though, who calls down to the officiating crew and says, "Hey, Rob looks like he got hit kind of hard. He's still drinking out of that nasty cup." Like, where's that guy's just part of the regular officiating crew, correct? Or is he actually local? Does anyone know that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it one guy kind of like how they have the official that will talk down to the other officials? Isn't it one guy that's kind of watching over the games for the concussion shit
Right,
for the officials?
That's what I'm saying. Is that guy part of the officiating crew? So if the five of us were the officiating crew, would we have a guy who's a part of our crew who travels with us that does?
I don't think it's an officiating. There's someone that watches the game and designates and says that guy needs to come out because he took a bad hit, and they tell the officials to tell that guy. But that's as far as it goes. I think it's a doctor that does that.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if it's specifically a doctor, but I think it's somebody that works at the New York offices.
I mean, it's got to be a doctor. It has to be someone to medically clear these guys or medically look at them.
No, I mean, they show the guy.
Well, that's why you got the doctors on the sideline.
When Fields,
but
Fields
someone is clearly saying that guy's got to come out.
Hold on a second, Rob. Yes, I'm trying to see who it is. You guys keep cutting me off. When Fields came out of the game, they actually showed the guy in the press booth. Right, this is the guy. They said, "Here's the guy. He's the medical guy. He's calling down to the referee, saying, hey, you need to have this guy checked," right? So the guy was actually in the stadium. Now, there is a piece with New York, but there's a guy who's actually in the stadium who's up in the press box who will call down to the officiating crew, to the head official, and say, "Hey, look, you got to get Rob out of there. We think he's a little wonky because he's still using that green mug." Okay, so the question is, though, that guy who's in the booth, is he local? Or is he a part of the officiating crew that's flown in with the crew, or is he just some guy they fly in?
Yeah, I
That's the
don't think that he's one of the 5 guys. I think it's somebody that's just a league mandated guy that happens to go.
Yeah,
because like, how do you not pull Jaquan Brisker out of the game? Go ahead, JB.
He's considered a part of the officiating crew, but it's someone who watches for certain types of hits and certain types of reactions. With Fields wearing the visor, they couldn't see his eyes. So the fact that it was a helmet to face mask hit and his head snapped back, that's why they pulled him out for a play just to be checked.
That's
he had
fine.
To literally.
I mean, that's fine, but that doesn't answer the question, though. Is the guy local? You know what I'm saying? Like, does Pittsburgh or Chicago or anyone have?
I just said he's a part of the officiating crew.
When a player in the NFL is suspected of having a concussion, the following steps are taken. The player is immediately taken to the sideline or stabilized on the field. The player is then evaluated by a team physician and an unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant. I guess this exam includes a cervical spine exam, a speech evaluation, a gait observation, an eye movement, and pupillary exam.
Okay, so here's the question. How the hell does Jaquan Brisker not get pulled off the field and put in the 10 after laying that hit on the guy from Carolina where he knocks the dude out? But Justin Fields gets up. You can see Justin. I mean, the referee was talking to him. He said, dude, I can see his eyes. He's fine. I mean, just because the guy up in the booth with his binoculars can't see Justin. The point being is, like, that hit on Justin and some of these other ones we've seen him get pulled off. You're going, dude, really? And here Jaquan Brisker knocks the dude out, right? And you're not going to go look at the dude? Right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is, I mean, I like that we're getting better, but there's a lot of room for improvement.
I understand that.
I got another question. How do they collect the poop for the pupillary exam?
It's pupillary. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's your eyes.
It was
Go ahead, JB.
When the one guy gets up and doesn't show any signs right there in the moment. In other words, Brisker knocked the other guy out, but he showed no signs. He got right up. He didn't look woozy. That's why he didn't get pulled off to the side.
Neither did Fields. And Fields had a whole conversation with the head referee.
Fields has a dark visor. They can't see his eyes.
No, he didn't have a dark visor on for that part of the game. It was at night.
You want to bet?
I could see his eyes on the TV. I could see his eyes. I could see his eyes on TV. He's sitting there having a conversation. He's having a conversation with the head referee. They're sitting there shooting the shit, talking smack, talking to each other. I mean, dude, it was pretty obvious he was fine. I mean,
I understand that. But the guy up in the booth can't see it from there.
Well, to be fair, the reason why they do the pupil exam is because a guy can look fine, but one of his pupils or both will be massively blown up and dilated, and that's how you'll know that the guy's got a concussion.
I mean, I just look at. I'm not mad that they took Fields out. It was one play or two plays, right? I like the protection. I like that they're doing it, but then, like, dude, I'm sorry, a guy like Brisker, that hit. That should have been like, because sometimes they don't even wait. Like the second the hit's made,
where's
when
the
guy
Bears
gets tackled,
doctor?
We need to check him. I mean,
why didn't the Bears team doctor ask for it?
That's a good question, Rob.
The head coach.
Good question.
Because according to the protocol, it's a team doctor and a secondary guy that takes a look. So the team doctor is part of this. So where was the Bears team doctor if they suspected he had a concussion? My question.
Look at Rob spreading the hate this morning. I mean, that's a good question.
I'm not spreading the hate. I'm just asking the question.
No, Rob, not you. The other Rob, Viking Rob, not you.
Oh, all right.
No, but you're asking a good. You're asking a good question. Viking Rob just talking shit. No, that's a very good question, though, Rob. Like, why didn't the Bears medical staff say, "Hey, why don't you come over here and let's do a little test"? That's a valid point. But I don't think teams will do it because, well, since when have teams ever done anything that, hey, your knees bothering you? Here, let's give you a cortisone shot. Don't worry, it's not a torn ACL. You know what I'm saying? I mean, teams can sometimes be like that.
The guy's not going to come and complain about it. If he's not going to come complain, they're going to just look a blind eye anyway. So,
yeah, I'm good, coach. I'm good, coach.
All right.
What's your question, Eric? Eric's got a question. Viking Rob is mad because Brisker might be the AFC or NFC Defensive Player of the Week or in the running again this week.
Brisket.
But that's okay.
He's somebody who serves brisket.
Yeah, he wants some brisket. That's why he keeps saying it. He's making us all hungry. He saw my morning post on X with the Breakfast of Champions, and now he's trying to make me hungry. That's okay. I got my Bear 6 actual coffee. I'm good.
Don't mind the shameless plug.
Hey. Well, wait, Ken, would we ever do a shameless plug at all on this show?
Oh, absolutely not. Never on this show.
Hit that QR code.
You got the Bear 6 actual. You got the Bear 6 actual. I think we need a Raider pick 6.
We're working on some coffees for the other teams. That is a discussion. All right, what's Eric's question? Yep. Should a player get checked to take out the game? I don't care if you say you're fine. Yeah, I mean I think that's the first birthday. I think that's
Eric.
You know, speaking of that, Matt, I've heard word through the grapevine that you were going to go out and get yourself a nice Detroit jersey and a hat. Yeah, Matt Henry's going to be switching over to the left side.
I know, Matt. It's a rarity that we get to see him on the same day. Look at how quick he tried to get it. One more time. There it is. Hey, the man pays his bets. The man pays his bet. But that's a good question. I mean, Brisker is obviously one of the better players in the league at his position. You don't want to take him out of the game if you don't have to. Yeah, fine, coach. Okay. They don't want to go any further because they want to risk taking the guy out in a crucial part of the game. That's how the team will always operate, right? That's how the team will always operate. That's why the NFL said, hey, we're going to have this guy in the sky who's going to call him out. Okay, so why did he call out Brisker? I'm not mad that he didn't because I want Brisker to play. I am mad that he didn't, though, because I like Brisker to be healthy and have a good life. You know, and hey, but I think a lot of Bears fans late last night when they hear Brisker's not flying to London because on concussion protocol, we're like, what do you mean he's not?
He needs his protocol? A1 sauce.
And see what happens when you troll, Matt? You get trolled back.
Well, who? Viking Rob?
We accept Ken C, but Ken the Bear fan is too broken.
Ken the Bear fan is too broken. You know, Rob, you might have
Rob,
buddy.
Did the Jets promote?
Years, he's been broken for 20 years, okay?
Did the Jets promote Nathaniel Hackett to interim head coach?
Nope. Jeff Albright is the interim head coach.
Yeah, why would they promote Hackett? He's a bum.
Well, I was just wondering.
He did such a great job in Denver. You got to give him the job for the Jets. Come on.
According to Sean Payton, he's the worst coach ever.
I just figured because he's the offensive coordinator. That's crazy.
Look at KC1.
Hey, you're joining the
you're here to gloat on victory
man hour.
Tuesday. That's what you're here for, man hour.
So the Jets basically decided to pack it in on the season 5 weeks in, huh?
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, if you're a Jets fan, but honestly though, if you're a Jets fan, how they were so excited when they get Rodgers. How has this trade worked out for you to get Rodgers? He misses all last.
If you're a Jets fan, if you're a Jets fan, you're not honestly going to be that sad and upset because it's part of the course for the Jets. The fans are used to having misery.
Saleh fell into that trap, bro. I mean, he believed that Rodgers could raise him up. They didn't have no running game, man. I don't understand what the fuck. That's why they lose. They don't have no running game, and they're gonna continue to lose whether Rodgers is there or not. They're not running the ball. They got nothing.
I have the solution. I have the solution for them. You know what it is? The Raiders need to fire Luke Getsy today because he sucks as an OC. Then the Jets can hire him to be their new head coach because him and Rodgers are BFF. And Rodgers will be happy.
That's not what they did.
They'll probably play better, and they'll still suck. It's the perfect win-win. And look at Then Joe gets a real OC in Vegas, which will make Devontae mad after he gets traded because all of a sudden they'll have a good offense and won't be a shitty offensive coordinator. Devontae might, if they don't trade him by then, might say, "Ooh, we got a real OC. I'll stay."
Nope.
No, it's too late. He's got to
Yeah,
go.
I was gonna say the welcome's been worn out too much. There ain't no way in hell they could bring Rodgers in to Vegas, and I think he'd still want out.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
But at least in Vegas you get a better OC.
Did you guys see that Chat GPT AI of Devontae Adams talking about being in Vegas?
No.
It was hilarious. He goes, "I got to get the fuck out of this town. I've been here for 2 years. Most people only stay 3 days because of all the goddamn resort prices."
Hey, but you know what I like about Devontae?
I love those little clips, bro. Those are the best. They put their words. It's
you know what I love about Devontae though is his Taco Bell commercial. I'm sorry, the dude that having a Taco Bell in his house.
Who's got a Taco Bell in their house?
If you watched Receiver on Netflix, which was like the version of quarterback but with receivers here, Devontae was one of the guys, and Devontae loves Taco Bell so much that they bring him in whenever they're going to have a new menu item and have him and his, I guess, they're not married, right? It's his girlfriend.
No, I think they're married
whatever
now.
they're bringing in. Are they married now? They bring them in. They bring Devontae and his family in to taste test their new products before they go to market. Devontae, I gotta love it. I love those commercials with especially with all the ads popping down.
No,
that
bro, he's just non-existent
or whatever, and it's hilarious. This Brees Hall,
right, Ken?
No,
Brees Hall's non-existent.
Well, now that Salah's out of there, I think the Jets should give the Raiders a first-round pick for Devontae and try to salvage their season.
I don't think there's any way you're getting a first-round pick for Devontae. With how bad he wants out of there and what it looks like how bad they want him out of there.
Well,
they're
not going to get a second round pick at that point. There was an article yesterday about teams balking at. There was an article yesterday about teams balking at the second round pick because of his contract. And unless the Raiders are willing to eat a substantial amount of the contract, the $17 million due this year, they don't want to give a second round pick for what they perceive as a rental player for the year. So right now they're not, unless they want to eat some of the contract, they're not even going to get a second round pick. But there are a lot of teams looking. I mean, I don't blame them, but I mean, unless they're going to eat contract, they're not going to move him. So Devontae is unmovable right now.
I say let him play.
The Raiders decide they'll take a lesser pick or eat contract.
I say let him play then. Like, wait for his hamstring. It should be better this week. Let him play.
Well, that's the other piece.
So
he's
what?
injured. That's why he's
they can throw him more balls. They'll look him into his hand and just let go at the end.
Well, that might happen. But if he does do that, then it's going to tank his value, number one, and number two, it's going to tank our season, and we'll get a top draft pick for a quarterback. So, at this point, I'm throwing only to Devontae. Like, drop another one down, Devontae. Like, go ahead, buddy.
Drop Vontae's going to make a comeback.
Drop them all, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, once again, we got a lot of folks on X. We got a lot of guys, folks on X today. We got 89 of you watching us on X currently. Hey, become part of the show. Make X comments are working now. Comment. Let us know who your team is. If there's anything you want to hear about on the show as well, we're happy you're here watching with us today as we talk Devontae, Jets, and other stuff. Devontae's
or
a tough
even
spot,
if
though. I mean,
or even if you don't have a thing you want to talk about on your team, if you want to sit here, trash the Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions, go for it. We're all here for it.
Yeah,
we're all here. I mean,
trash
the
the Raiders.
Thing with Devontae, I think Adams is actually hurt. He's got a hamstring. I think that's the other thing that's hurting his trade value right now. It seems like, look, you want me to give you a second round pick, $17 million contract, and he's got an injury.
That's how it's done.
I mean,
that's the norm in the NFL, bro. People,
I do have a question.
It's a hamstring. It's a hamstring. It's not like his big toe is snub.
I do have a question real quick, though. With the Panthers losing the rest of the games and looking like the NFL's second bye week on the schedule, what the hell, Raiders?
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Well, apparently the Raiders are trying to be the third bye week of the season.
Wow. Ralph's saying they should have fired the assistants, huh?
I don't know. 3 years in and he's done nothing. I think it was time to let him go.
Yeah, he might be one of those guys that's a DC only.
But during the season is never
good.
I
think they should have waited till the end of the season because now you just basically, like you said, okay, we're going to pay Rodgers all this money and we're going to chalk up this season. And there's no guarantee Rodgers comes back next year. So.
I was about to say, with the way everything's going, I wouldn't be surprised if Rodgers retires.
Maybe Rodgers has a hamstring issue now. He doesn't play next week because they got rid of his coach. I mean, fuck, bro.
Well, that's the thing. We're now through 5 weeks. We're now through 5 weeks. It's not like it's completely unsalvageable for teams, but Brad, though, I think is smoking something. So here's the thing: the NFC North has no losing records. Everyone's 3-2 right now, or better, right? The Bears and Packers are actually in any other division would be in second place in those divisions. So right now, believe it or not, I think all 4 teams could theoretically, if the playoffs were to start today, we're going to check. I think all 4 teams would actually get in. I think the NFC North would send all 4 teams in. We'd get all 3 wild cards would be in the North right now, I believe, the way the records are. JB, our rules expert, and tiebreaker expert might be able to break that down. But I believe right now, if I'm not mistaken, all 4 teams in the North would get in the playoffs, Brad. As of today.
Right, because there would just be the Seahawks in on the NFC West. There would be Washington Commanders in out of the NFC East. And I think right now, because the Baleants just won, it would be them, right? Because they lead the South now because they have a divisional win.
All right, the conference standings right now in the NFC.
I think the Packers would lose out because they don't have a conference win. Oh, wait, they finally got one. You finally got one.
Wait, how many? It's seven teams go to the playoffs, correct?
Yes.
All right, so right now you have the division leaders being the Vikings, Commanders, Falcons, and Seahawks all get in. Your wild card teams as of today are the 3-1 Lions, the 3-2 Bears, the 3-2 Bucks.
Yep. Bucks are
ahead 3-2, but out. At 3-2 and not in at this present moment are the Cowgirls and the Packers. And that's right, because the Packers are 1-2 today. Now, here's the thing, though. The Seahawks are 0-2 in the conference. So, should they were to drop, and let's say the Cardinals go in, right, that would change some things. But, like, the Buccaneers are 3-1 in the conference. The Bears are 2-0. The Lions are 3-1. But, yeah, the Cowboys are 1-1 in the conference. The Packers are 1-2, and that's why they're out. But right now, we have 3 teams in the playoffs if it were to end today. I know it's week 5, like, playoffs? Are we talking playoffs? Well, yeah, because Brent mentioned it. Or wasn't Brent? It was, anywho. So, but the NFC North, we're in a position at the end of the year, we're probably sending 3 right now if things stay the course, if not possibly 4, which would be ridiculous. Even fathom.
Yeah. Well, we have a long way to go yet. That's 100%. We're only technically a third of the way through the season, with this being week 6 now, and only 5 games played for most teams.
We're still closer to 25% of the way, maybe.
We passed 25% at 4 weeks.
I'm just saying.
Rob, are you mad at your iPhone for the autocorrect this morning? He's about to fire his iPhone like Robert Saleh.
I have great news for you iPhone users. I just found this out last night. Those chips those lenses and those screens you all brag about, guess who they're made by? Samsung.
Yep. I mean, iPhone's usually 5 years behind freaking Samsung stuff anyway.
Fucking iPhone.
I know. So you're paying 3 times as much for 5-year-old technology. Congratulations.
I like it. Hey, you know what? Hey, I like my iPhone.
That's awesome.
That's what I got for you.
Ken, it does not surprise me you have an iPhone.
Samsung makes good stuff.
You can't say it was the schedule, Brent, because the
There's a
Vikings
kink and
actually, by how it ranked
sparkling
up,
on it.
was a tough schedule to start the season.
Did you bedazzle your phone?
I'm not
Yeah, with scratches.
Oh yeah, you did. Lions fans do. Yeah. Wow, so we've already had.
Dude, I just don't get why you would fire Robert Saleh right now. Like
That's crazy, man. I can't even believe that, bro. The plane barely landed. Oh, by the way, dude, don't even go to the team. Just get off the plane and go home.
But at least let him finish the season.
Right, I agree.
Wait, I bet. Though, look, there was a lot of disconnect, hate, and otherwise between him and Rodgers. And I'll almost bet when the full story comes out, something happened on the plane on the way home too. Go ahead.
Here's something that I want to say. This offseason, when we were talking about coaches on the hot seat, I said if it started bad, Robert Saleh would be the first one out. I said this.
Mm-hmm. Matt Henry with the iPhone of the day.
My wife is the only Samsung user in the family. The rest of us are iPhone. But yeah.
Oh,
she's the only smart one
in the house.
Well, here's the other part, Matt. I would actually have to leave my house in order for my wife to need to track me. I really don't leave the house. Yeah, that's nice about.
I know, Ken. Isn't it the great thing about not having to go to a day job?
It is.
Yeah.
I
agree too. I think Rodgers had something to do with that firing.
That argument between Rodgers and
Saleh
words on the sideline. When Robert Saleh said, "Don't you fucking touch me," that was it. That's when he got fired.
Rodgers said it. When Rodgers said it, yeah. And then I bet
Saleh said it back. They showed his face on the other side of the field.
I'll tell you what,
talk about career suicide.
I bet you there were some words. I bet there was. We'll come to find out that there was some kind of argument on the plane as well, or on the trip home. I bet that was the nail in the coffin, because it couldn't just be the game, because Saleh wasn't necessarily the reason. Rodgers played pretty terribly as well at points, like some of these interceptions he threw that aren't typically him.
Rodgers played like crap.
Right. And yeah, I mein
3 picks, bro. 3 fucking
Dude, Matt,
like
my wife doesn't work either. hey, happy wife, happy life. Okay, I've got the man cave you drool over. So, you can stop right there, Matt. But no, I bet we'll find out that there were some words or something on the plane. Matt's just rolling. He's attacking his own fan base today. Whatever, Matt.
I was going to say, Matt don't give a shit. He'll go
Matt
at
is
anyone.
trolling everybody. He don't care, bro.
Matt's honey badger this week.
He don't care.
He's honey badger.
He's the best Bears fan ever.
One day it's Joe, one day it's me, one day it's Ken, one day it's you, one day it's Jeremy. He trolls everybody.
Hey, Matt.
Yes,
I'm going to give Matt some more ammo. Matt, I don't have to wear the pants. I'm retired. I don't go anywhere. I wear shorts every day. In fact, shoes don't even see these feet. Slip on. That's it, baby.
Tuesday.
Ken, you're lucky I like you, because you just left yourself open to one hell of a joke.
It's short t-shirts and sandals at best. I'm retired in Florida. You kidding me? If I leave my house, it's to go get my pool. If I leave the inside of my house, it's to go out in the backyard and go to my pool and float around and drink a beer.
That's right, man. No matter
wow.
Can't polish a turd, Brent. Can't polish
There's a good one. Brent called it out.
And if they would have had Rodgers from a few years ago, that could have turned it around. But old man Rodgers ain't turning nothing around. His cape is permanently hanging in the closet.
What's up, Thomas? Hey, here's a question though. I mean, look.
Morning, Thomas. Welcome to the show.
KC is 6-0. Not many people are talking about KC being 6-0. Hell, we barely even mentioned KC on this.
KC is not 6-0. The referees are 6-0.
Yeah, because
egregious calls last night, not called. Egregious fucking plays not called. Pass interferences were not called last night. The fucking refs were sucking the dick of the whole Chiefs organization.
Rob,
that is the comment of the day. Right there, you win.
But here's the thing, though. Rob, I don't know why you went there. I didn't want to dime you out. But you wearing thongs to the command update brief was awkward. We just didn't want to say anything to you. I mean, wearing thongs was just not the right answer to the command update.
He can't help it. He was sponsored. Wait, he can't help it. He was sponsored by Speedo.
I was about to say, you can't blame him. It was hot over there. You got to break out the banana hammock.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the command update briefs and Ken's commanding officers are like, this meeting would go a lot smoother if Lieutenant Dobie would put some pants on.
Actually, Rob, supposed to be in commando.
Rob, hey Rob, actually, I was the commander. They were my brief.
Oh well, then he gets to do what he wants.
Oh God!
Exactly.
Rob's just outing them.
But no, I mean,
now if you serve with Ken, you may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah, but you did misquote a little bit.
Jesus, the stuff that Rob put me through. I swear, Rob put me through some hell over there. Let me tell you, I love the man. But no, look,
you never see the Packers and KC playing at the same time because they share the same shady.
Man, talk about
Brad, show us where the bad ref touched you.
They're 5-0, coming off back-to-back Super Bowl wins, going for a three-peat, and this isn't a story really in the NFL. There's a lot of other stories, fine, but it's like, at what point does KC get punched in the nose and fall off this ride they've been on?
When a sniper takes out the refs.
Wow.
There, I said it.
Wow.
No, but listen, Kay and Adams, the Kay Adams show up in Adams yesterday morning. Wait, she asked Gronk if the Patriots got the same type of treatment from refs that Kansas City does. He goes, there ain't no fucking way. He goes, I would get called for every time I had to knock somebody off of me, off my back to try and catch a pass, get called for offensive PI when people were draped all over me like a cheap suit. And you never saw defensive PI called on me. He goes, here, every time Pat Mahomes does something bad, there's a penalty called. And the count now is 62 because there was 3 more bad calls last night.
Oh, jeez.
And they weren't interceptions, all interceptions, but there was 3 bad calls.
That's why. What's the interception count up to
now? He had one that was called back. So
the Chiefs are on bye. Their next game. I mean, if you look at the Chiefs too, their schedule, they got the bye. Then they're at San Fran, who isn't that good right now. Then they're at the Raiders. The Bucs game might be good. The Broncos game could be interesting the way that's going. Then they get the Bills. Then they get another bye week, the Panthers. Then they get the Raiders again. Then the Chargers. Then they get another bye week, which is Cleveland. Oh, here we go. So you're telling me week 16 might be their first real game when they play the Texans?
Pretty much.
Then they get the Steelers, and then they close the Broncos.
Don't forget with the Broncos, you have Sean Payton, and he might do the league a favor and put Cowdy out on Chief Frog throat there.
You look at this schedule, and you look at the way a lot of these teams are playing right now, and you go,
I like that one, JB.
You look at the schedule on the way these teams are playing right now. You go, I don't think KC even having a fight until week 16.
I think the Chargers, the next time they play them, might have something to say because Harbaugh's a little pissed at how that game ended. I think Peyton is going to be their biggest test
Division
because
game.
Bo Nix, the division rivalry games are going to be their biggest test. And I call them the chefs because I combine the refs and the Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chefs.
No, you just watched that old Snickers commercial.
That commercial is hilarious. Great googly moogly.
All I know, the reason why Justin Fields was taken off the field, they said, "What's your name?" He said, "I'm Batman."
JB's on a roll today.
I know, man. Wow, welcome to Trash Talk Tuesday. My God, we're on a roll.
That's right.
No
Hey, it got opened up in the chat. Let's roll.
Like I always say, if we're going to go off the rails, we might as well end up completely in the weeds.
That's right.
And speaking of that,
I do need a cup of coffee and a Mountain Dew.
I mean, look, going back to that, speaking of that, Viking Rob, when he was in the gun truck, they wouldn't allow him to be the gunner. Because once again, wearing thongs in the gun truck when you're standing up and everyone else is sitting, it didn't really work well for everyone else. The amount of IGEO complaints I got about Rob trying to be a gunner just didn't work with those
I was going to say,
man.
the funny thing is, whenever Rob was trying to be the gunner, Ken be sitting in the back seat.
What I can say
no, I didn't
is,
go on those
right now, if you look right now in those 2 Dallas losses, the refs have been really hard on Dallas in the home games lately. They've had more penalties at home than they've had on the road. And I'm just saying, maybe the NFL finally said, we got to fix this because we can't have this home cooking where there's somebody saying there's a bad call at the end of the game, every damn game, and not just versus Detroit. That's what I'm saying. And eventually,
we don't do this often. I'm sorry, Jay. We don't do this often, but I think we have to because this comment is probably the comment of the week.
Trolling Tuesday is the second base day of the week after Victory Monday. Yes.
Trolling Tuesday.
Hey, all I know is the NFC North was undefeated last week.
Yeah. The Lions just eked out a victory over the bye week.
Yeah, because Frank Ragnall's back healthy and Brian Grant not today, so they're both practicing today.
The bye week never loses.
Nope, they covered the point spread, but we won the game. Yes.
Maybe Brent might be right. Maybe this year that might be Matt might have coined the phrase for the year. Trolling Tuesday, the second best day of the week after Victory Monday.
No, he was talking about the Dallas. I was talking about the Dallas penalty situation. They've had 75% of their penalties called at home in those 2 games out of the 5 games they played so far. So that's a huge increase. And that's also a sign that Zimmer runs a loose ship that's not as disciplined because they've almost been all defensive penalties.
Yeah, but yet they're still favoring Kansas City every game.
Well, there's a reason. Before every game, the head official is staying the night at Patrick Mahomes' house and is cuddled right up to him so he can have Kermit sing in his ear to wake him up in the morning.
That's a good question, man. I like that one there because both teams are on buys this week, so we can't find out till you got to wait another week before we can even say who's going to lose that.
Oh, wait, Rob has switched from his X account to Facebook, and I think y'all might want to jump on this one. Check out Sir Rocker on Facebook. Comment Bike or Chief to predict the last undefeated team. Get entered into a drawing to win a jersey of your choice. All fans, all teams welcome. So go to Sir Rocker. Look at Jeremy's going there right now, and put which team. Now, Rob. Wait, quick question. What if they both lose? Well, okay. I guess with one already having. No, they're both on. They're both on bye this week. So what if they both lose in the same week, Rob? What's the tie break on that, or does no one win? That's the question. But that's a lot of jerseys. I guess we'll just pick the winners, put them in a drawing, and then do a random drawing. But go over there, get you a free jersey off of Rob, and I do not mind telling people go take Rob's money.
Damn, Henry, you asking about that stuff early. You see that, Joe? That's taking shots at you. So, Joe, when did the Raiders get who they pick them first?
For me, if I was the Raiders GM, it would be either Cam Ward or anybody but Shedeur Sanders, because that guy can't beat a good team.
Who's it going to be, Joe?
I
don't know, man.
Joe's just upset we're talking about is like his season's over. He's just his season's over. He's just like the look on your face, Joe.
Joe's like,
I don't really believe.
Oh, there you
go. I don't really believe
that
we're going to end up with the number 1 pick.
No, I don't think you are either. I don't think. I think you guys will get like 4
giving serious thought to it. Like, I mean, Cam Ward looks pretty good. I also kind of like Jalen Milroe, if I'm being honest. Like, I think Jalen Milroe threw a really nice deep ball.
And Joe, Joe, you really answer you need to give is it's too early the NCAA season to even figure it out, because whoever the top guy is going to be is the change by the time the NCAA season is over.
Like 10 different guys.
It's way too early to figure out what you guys are going to do, or any team for that matter. So let's be real. I mean, whoever the favorite top 5 guys are is going to change by the time we get to bowl season. So, and combines and everything else. But, yeah, the number 1 pick is looking like it's going to be a Raiders pick at this point. They're going to be fighting Carolina for it. Did you guys play Carolina this year?
Yeah, they lost to Carolina.
Oh, they lost. Yeah, so they have the tiebreak. That's right. So, yeah, that's right.
And Arizona is on the bye week this week, too.
Kyle McCord.
Take it from somebody who lives in the Syracuse area. You don't want any quarterback that's coming out of Syracuse. Donovan McNabb
came out of Syracuse.
I was going to say, I was finishing it. Donovan McNabb is the outlier to the rule.
Oh my
yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a quarterback, but I don't know who the Raiders choose.
Wow, Matt is
Matt's dishing today, but you know what though? Look at what if maybe AOC, not that AOC, all you political people, Matt. AOC, Aiden O'Connell, maybe he pans out playing this season, like he improves, and they're like, well, by the end of the season, he's doing like Jordan Love things last year, right? Maybe he's putting the ball on dimes and not making stupid mistakes, and AOC looks good, and the Raiders go, well, wait a minute. Maybe we don't need a quarterback. Maybe we can go out after a different position.
Yeah, Joe's already stopping you there. No, back the truck up, dude.
Try Matt.
Honestly, I think AOC is just good enough to get us like the number 15 overall pick, like to where we miss out on a quarterback again. Like he's just good enough to win us like 7 games. So I don't want.
Just good enough.
Just good enough to keep us in quarterback purgatory. So no, I say let's go ahead and embrace the tank and just,
Well, it is time for me to get ready for my show. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee and get ready.
And Eric, I would say, believe me, I want to beat Kansas City more than anybody else. But and in the beginning of the season, I had faith, but now we're going to get rolled. Like we're going to get rolled by Kansas City.
Trade Max for more picks. They ain't happening. Hey, real quick, as Rob just prepared to leave for his show, which is on directly after ours. If you're on X on Viking Rob or Ken the Bear fan or Bill the Packer fan, but I think he has no viewers today. Let me see. Yeah, he still has no viewers. You can watch the show there as well as on YouTube, Facebook, whatnot. You can stick around. I'm sure Trolling Tuesday will continue on his show because why wouldn't it? And especially because the Lions had a bye week. They got nothing to talk about over there. The Lions, I mean, yeah.
Not without a running game, Eric. That was why we were able to beat them last year, is because, our defense played really, really well. And our running game at the end of the game, Zamir White, went off. Without a running game, you're not going to beat Kansas City.
What's up with him, bro? Why is he just not, he's not even showing anything from last year at all? I think that's been your downfall, man. Your run game, lack thereof.
Yeah, but there's more than one reason. One, we changed offensive coordinators and schemes, so we went from a power scheme to a zone scheme, and it's not really working out well. Second, we're starting 2 rookies on the offensive line, and the offensive line just hasn't had great chemistry all season so far. They've been terrible at run blocking and only slightly better at pass blocking. I don't think there's been a game yet where Minshew hasn't been sacked multiple times.
So what you're saying is Getsy?
Getsy, I think, is a big part of that process. Think about it. We were all hyped for AP. AP is the right coach for the Raiders. I don't think there's anyone on the planet who didn't think AP was the right guy for the Raiders. He bleeds Raiders. And then they go out, and after Getsy's experiment fails in Chicago, they go get him, and now their offense is, just like Chicago's was. And that sucks. And people aren't, and like it took Raiders fans all of 1.5 weeks, maybe not even a full week, to say, why the hell do we have Getsy? Like, I don't know why they don't fire him now and just like hire someone else.
Raider fans actually were against it from the moment we signed him, but what happened is Cliff Kingsbury had committed to us, and then he decided to go to Washington because they were going to get Jaden Daniels. So the pickings were pretty slim at offensive coordinator after that. And had to kind of take
don't pick up a high school coach. You're going to do better.
I think Getsy's going to get fired at the end of the year, and we'll end up, we'll go into a real search for an offensive coordinator.
Why wait? Fire him now. Seriously, at this point, why wait? You're just doing more damage. He's already cost you Devontae Adams. What else is he going to cost you? Get rid of him now.
Max for Higgins in a first is a ridiculous trade, dude. Like, Max is worth more than that.
Hey, John Dorn suggested we trade Gary, Dobbs, and Wicks to you guys for Adams and Crosby. So
Dobbs.
That was Dorn's suggestion.
I agree with you. That's a good take there, Matt. I did Matt. So you know, I did that on Sunday after the Packers game. I went into the backroom chat, and there's Kyle who does a lot of Sportsmen. He's very passionate, and I said that just because I knew he would go off. And Rob was sitting there watching me just hit, poke at him. I knowing that. Look, I think Love should be their quarterback, but oh my God, Kyle was going crazy with that. It was hilarious. But if they had lost, though, I'll tell you what, though, if the Packers had lost, though, you would have been hearing a lot of put Williston and bench Love talk.
Oh, bro.
If they had lost. Oh my God.
It wasn't just. It wasn't. We weren't losing because of Love. We were losing because our defense sucked, and the O-line was not. I don't know, man. It's like we can't play a full game. The first half we sucked. We spot a team and then we got to come back on them. I don't get it, man.
Look, it's week 5. Teams are.
Love did it all last year, bro. He did it all last year.
But look at it's week 5. We're starting to see what our teams are, but let's be real. They're still figuring it out. Right? Now they've got an idea. Now they're trying to make that idea come to fruition. Now that terrible last day, because it was terrible, let me tell you. We're going to say goodbye for the morning. Thank you to everyone on X and everyone else who watched us. Stay here for JB on next on all the channels you're watching now pretty much. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. There was a trolling Tuesday. Who knows what the hell Wednesday's going to be. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Total Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Eniacs. The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, the Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World,